Hello, 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 hello. I believe I am live. Hello, everybody. Mark Atwood here. Cosmic Shoots Adventures in the thereof. I'm gonna, it's sort of a bit of a clickbaity headline. I know, emergency broadcast, but Ian, I was doing a show earlier, and then he messaged me, and I was like, yeah, he said, ring me, it's something important to tell you. And he told me, and then he said, we've got to tell everybody. So I'm going to get him on. But before I get him on, the Manchester event is sold out. I woke up this morning and all the tickets have been sold. Thank you. If you're coming, it's amazing. If you're not coming because you can't get into the UK or whatever, we're going to record it, film it, edit it, and then put that out for peanuts. So even if you don't make it, it's going to be stunning. It really is going to be stunning. Same with the Morocco retreat. I'm trying to put the details of that together now, but Ian's coming. Ian's wife, Sue, is coming. Abby Wynn is coming. Lucy Davis is coming. We're going to have a raft of healers there. I'm just finalizing that list this week, and I'm going to go. I'm going to probably do a webinar on the Marrakesh, the Morocco thing on Friday. So get on the link for the Morocco retreat. If you want to come, the link is below. Get on the email list because I'll only be emailing people on that list about that thing. And make sure when you do sign up, you look for aweber.com in your inbox because often they go to spam. And then just say emails from Mark are good to your email client, and then they'll always get delivered. Just going to say hello. Sorry you can't come, Elaine. We'll get that video to you anyway. Yeah, Tanya, we'll see you in Manchester. It's going to be super good. Eternal Consciousness. Hello, Eternal Consciousness. Do you know what? I'll just get Ian on, shall I? Good day.
Yeah, come on. What are you messing about with?
I'm just waffling.
I can hear that. I can see that. Right. Okay.
Go on. Right. What's the big emergency?
Okay. Now this came to me this morning. We got a lovely friend Pat who's staying with us, and she's came through from where she was staying. She's sitting down having a cup of tea with me. She's feeling a little bit low, a bit depressed. And I said, "Have you done your golden age?" She said, "Yes." But then when I started to look, I could see something standing in front of her, and I thought it was some kind of entity or an attachment, a negative attachment. So got my dowsing rods out. It didn't say anything about an entity or an attachment, but there was definitely something there. So as I looked a bit closer, I could see that it was her. What she had actually done through her just feeling low for a few minutes when she woke up in the morning, she had created a mirror version of herself. Because now that we're in this golden age and we're in the age now of manifestation and abundance, what she has done and what I found out now that we all have the capability of doing is creating a mirror version of her and ourselves. So if we're not being, if we're anxious and we're worried or stressed about something, even if we've done our golden age, we create, I've only just discovered this. This is why I want to share this everywhere, because this is so important for our protection. So even if we're in the golden age, but we're not being, what I mean by being is being relaxed, having faith, just chilled out and just being in love with the universe, with your family, with your life. All that is about being. Did you want to say something, Mark?
No, I just took a breath. Am I allowed to do
it? Yeah, do a bit more quietly, okay?
Sorry. Yeah.
Anyway, so this is really, really important. Mark and I are always going to be mucking about and joking because it's just the way we are. But this is so important, and it blew me away today. I've always said to people that when I collect something new to help you guys and my friends and my family and myself about protection, about knowledge, about information, I want to get it out there really, really quickly. So this only happened this morning. So coming back to what happened this morning. So Pat, had created a mirror version from her emotional body. So by imploding these thoughts of emotions, she had manifested an image of herself standing in front of her. And that is what I saw. So then what happens then is that mirror version that's linked to you crashes her down to the 3D frequency. That allows the dark side to sneak through that mirror version of you to attack you. Then I asked, well, when did this start to happen? 4 weeks ago. This has only just started to happen 4 weeks ago, because we are now coming into the golden age rapidly. From the other day, it's now jumped to 86%. So the whole planet now, collectively, with the help of us and everyone doing the affirmations, has now jumped to 86%, which is extraordinarily high. This will then bring more power for us to use automatically. So what we are doing by not being, if we are anxious in the head, in the heart, especially those two, we create those two bodies that will stand in front of us, because we are divine creator beings. We have the ability to create and recreate multifaceted of ourselves in this lifetime, directly now in front of you. So by creating these entities that are, well, let's call them mirror versions, shall we say, of yourself, you're creating a weak point for the dark side to come through and nibble at you. Nibble, 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 until you'll become weaker and weaker. And even if you do the golden age, it's going to weaken that effect, and they will attack you in that direction. So while I was doing this, I immediately checked Mark, because Mark is always so busy helping people, organizing things. Yes, he was in his golden age. I checked you, Mark. You were definitely in your golden age. So well done for that. But then I checked how much you personally were being, 5%. Now that created two versions of yourself standing in front of you, which was your emotional self and your mental self. Because you, without realizing it, and me, this is why I'm sharing it, people, we now have this ability to create these versions of ourselves in front of us. So then what I asked Pat to do was to take 3 deep breaths, relax, and immediately she came into her being. She stopped worrying, she stopped stressing, she wasn't anxious anymore. And then the mirror version of herself was absorbed back into her. And then we got her to do a golden age affirmation again, absolutely fine. End of. No more problems, no more weaknesses for the dark side to come in. Then I asked, will there be any harm on this body by bringing back in the mirror versions that are weak? And I got no, because the reason they're able to come back in is because you're being. And then for an extra protection, go through your golden age affirmation again, not a problem. Now, when I spoke with Mark, or I tuned into Mark earlier, and being so stressed with doing so much work all the time, I could feel that his bodies were not there, right? And now, a quick chat before we come online, it was wonderful being in his energy field. He'd done a bit of work. I'll let you share the rest, Mark, but I'll speak a bit more. Your turn. I'll let you.
Thanks. Well, you know, yeah, there's a few things. This is an evolving enemy, right? It's always looking for ways in, and a lot of people watching this channel, me as well, have first-hand experience of these little critters, and I actually find them quite amusing. But it's good advice, because you have to evolve the weaponry against them.
Yes. Yes.
So that's a good thing. And as soon as you told me about it this morning, I became aware of it, because I think it's all about awareness, you know. And although I did the affirmations this morning, it's that awareness. And as soon as you told me about the bodies in front of me, I just pulled them in and then redid the affirmations. But there's something else that comes up. There's a few people in the Telegram group who talk about the 4 affirmations that are there. The first one is my 4 bodies. The second one is listing those bodies, and then there's the other ones with the negative, with the no harm. Yeah. So I want to address that at some point, because
go for it.
You know, how can you do an affirmation with a negative? Because the universe can't process a negative. It's like saying, don't think about pink elephants. As soon as you say it, you think about pink elephants. Even though you said don't think about them. Do you want to address that?
Yeah, so just reiterate one of the negatives that are being stated on the affirmation. Is it the not?
Yeah. I'll just
Okay, so my feeling is that when we use our English language, we are connected to certain energy frequencies and understanding and awareness of those particular words. Now, for me, when we do something that I choose to become, or I choose not to become, for me, I don't find any other way of stating that other than using the word not. I think the word not on its own is not good, not good. All right.
I see what
But it's
you
very,
did
very
there.
hard. It's very hard to state these affirmations to come away from something negative. So we have to use that particular three-letter word to make sure that that is what is happening. Now, in 10 years of doing this and sharing these affirmations, it's never once not worked. It's always worked. It's always empowered people. If there is, I tried choosing different words, and it just does not have the same effect. And I love listening to people's comments, and I will take them on board, and I will research, and I will spend a whole day if I have to, making sure that I'm still on board with empowering everybody with knowledge and wisdom. If there's something that's not quite right, then please let me know, and I will research it, adjust it if it's appropriate. But so far, that has not been the case. But with regards to the I chooses, when you use the word I, remember people, Jesus says in the Bible, I am the way. I am the truth. He's not talking about himself. I am means God. That is what I am is. So when you're tuning into the I within you, you're tuning into the God within you. Now that we are so deeply now entrenched in this golden age and the manifestation, etc., that is now bestowed upon us because we are choosing that. This is why now I've come rapidly on the line today to speak with you guys, with Mark, to let you know how powerful that we have become. But now we have this awareness of this power so that the dark side can't find this chink in our armor. We can do something about it. And when you feel yourself becoming anxious and stressed, take a few deep breaths, chill. If you can, go and walk in the woods, go and walk around some water and still relax, let go, and come back into being. Then bring your body back
by
in.
a tree. That's what I just go and sit by a tree with your back. Put your back to the tree and sit down, because then you're in the flow of the energy field of the tree. Take some CBD, endoka.com, best CBD on the planet. Get the strong stuff. The little pills, they're brilliant. Microdose, that helps as well.
But you still need to have the affirmations correct and the intention correct. So just be, when you're being, nothing, like I said with the golden age, I thought nothing could attack you, which it can't if you're being. But when you're not being and you're in the golden age, the dark side are aware, and they've been aware of this process that I'm teaching, right? Yeah. They're aware, they think, oh yeah, Ian thinks he's got it sussed. He bloody hasn't, because when everyone comes into their power, they don't realize that they're creating versions of themselves that stand in front. Too late, bad guys, dark side, I've sussed you.
Now, Lucy Herbert's saying here, I don't fully understand the golden age. Could you explain a bit more for me, please? Because you kind of shorthand it now, and maybe Lucy hasn't watched the first 5 videos that we've done, but let's just go over that again, please.
Okay.
By the way, your name is I An.
I know, I am. Okay, so the golden age. Now, we stepped into that just over a year ago, and I was given this last year, and then I watched Michelle Fielding, and she confirmed it 2 weeks later, which is great to have confirmation from another light worker.
I've got to get Michelle on the show. Sorry, Michelle.
Oh, you must. I love her to bits. I really do. So anyway, what happened back then was enough of humanity was coming together over a year ago to fight back the oppression. And this brought an awakening, a light frequency awakening collectively for the whole planet. Then what we need to do is to consciously become a part of it.
Is that the chicken?
That's the chicken. You asked for it, didn't you?
The cockerel. Sorry, chickens
Your
don't do
cockerel.
that.
Before we started, people, I said to Mark, I said, we might get a cockerel crowing. He said, oh, please, please, please. Look what
I love
happened.
cockerels crowing. I used to have a peacock. Used to shit outside my bedroom window every day. I loved it.
Is it colourful?
Very colourful.
Did it
Very
have
smelly.
eyes in it?
Very acidic.
Very silly. So anyway, coming back to the golden age. So a year ago, the whole planet, this whole system stepped back into the universe and in harmony with the universe, which is the golden age. And then what happened is we are now consciously making an effort to be a part of it. We can't just come into the golden age and think, yeah, hunky-dory, everything's right. The whole process is to become empowered. So by you guys choosing to be a part of this, you then become a part of the golden age and come back into harmony with the universe. So basically, the golden age is the universe, and we are back in tune with the universe, which has everything for us, abundance, manifestation. That is what the golden age is.
In Huna terms, it's the undistorted light.
Right, that makes sense. That's logic. That makes common sense.
Ma, you know, ha, ma, ka, wa, ta, he. That's the Lemurian codes, and Ma, M-A, Manchester, Marrakesh, Maghreb, means the first light of creation, which is in tune. That is the golden age. The same thing. It's in my opinion. If you disagree with me, please say so in the comments.
Yeah, correct.
And we've been in the distorted light for a long time, which is what the Great Awakening is all about. Moving from the distorted light to the back to the undistorted light, which is the original source code of the universe, if you like. Yeah,
that is correct. Absolutely.
Different ways.
The more of us that step into these affirmations, you're not giving anything away by stating them. You are making yourself more empowered, in tune with God's divine gift. This gift is abundance. This gift is infinite. God can never run out of everything that you need. Not in a trillion, billion, zillion years. It's there for you, for me, for Mark, for everybody. So what we are doing, Mark and I, is to help you guys step into that abundance by stating these affirmations. And they are so powerful, but reiterating, remember, if you're not if you're out of being, even just 50%, that's going to be enough for you to create this shimmering image of you in front of you, which will weaken and create a doorway in.
Yeah, Manda. Hi, Manda, down in Devon. She says, the golden age, I think, is what some are calling prime reality, the original before the simulation.
Brilliant. I love it. Yeah, definitely. Call it whatever you want.
Yeah.
But if we're on the same pastel page, the same piece of paper that we want to paint on, then if it's coming along the same line, which that is, I completely agree. Definitely call it what you wish. But as long as we stay together, people, that we want this and we need this timeline to come to fruition, and we are so close, people, so close.
The other thing is, I keep seeing 144. I saw it again just before I went for a coffee. I looked at my clock, 144, and I'm like, this is hilarious. I'm just seeing it everywhere. And my understanding is that the 144 is it's a small number of people required to change the whole vibrational frequency of the planet, and it's the key. It's the key that unlocks everything. And the right at the beginning of this channel, I had this image in my head of a petri dish, you know, like in a biology class at school, full of bacteria, and then you introduce a different bacteria, and it goes dip, 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 and then suddenly the whole dish goes and changes into that. And that's really what this is about, isn't it?
Yes. Now, if people, I mean, I'm 60 odd now, and back in the days when Blue Peter was around, they had one particular show where the scientists had actually able to separate one single atom in a petri dish. And this was absolutely extraordinary for its day. But what was really, really amazing was that they called it a ghost atom, because something was following behind it. As this atom was swimming about in this petri dish, there was something following it and attached to it, but they couldn't see it. So they called it a ghost atom. Now that is the diva that I talk about. That is the spiritual blueprint program that holds everything into physical form. So a pencil, there'll be a diva hovering above that, holding that program and that pencil into physical form. Does that make sense?
It does, yeah. It does. I'm just reading the comments. There was an interesting one here a second ago. So I don't know if I hope if you're watching this that if you're still a little bit confused about the golden age, it's what you want it to be. It's your intuition tells you what it is. I mean, I've got in my mind, I'm envisaging the new earth like a subroutine in the back of my head, because that's how I manifest things. I've been very powerful at manifesting since I was a little kid, even though I didn't know what it was back then. And I just run these sub programs going on all the time. And the other thing that I've learned over the years is that you've got to feel it in your gut. And there's a lot of people here who said when they started doing the affirmations, they felt a bit off for a few days, and some people felt a bit down afterwards. And that may be because of what Ian's just described, and the dark finding a way in to nibble at you. When you say nibble at you, it kind of reminds me of those foot spa things with the fish. You put your feet in.
Oh yeah, I've been there. Yeah,
the fish. I quite like that actually. It's a bit.
I do as well.
I've got really ticklish feet. I'm not a massive fan, but I'm a bit weird like that. But also you've got to, whenever you're manifesting anything, you have to believe it in your gut, and that's why you can't just read the words. I mean, there's when Ian slapped my wrist the other week and said you weren't doing it with enough intention. It's because I was in a rush and I'm going, well, I've read it, I've done it. So that's good. Tick. Now get on with the washing up. Now go pick up the kids. Blah, blah, blah. You can't do it like that. You have to sit down and focus on it, preferably outside on the grass if you can, grounded. And also do the, like Abby Wind talks about with the connecting to the earth and the star, and just get yourself in the right, whatever works for you, isn't it?
Yes.
I mean, and also right. with the words, I mean, what Ian's written and said about what he's written is totally acceptable to me. But if you've got an issue with it, if you're watching this and you've got an issue with just rewrite it.
Yeah.
Because it's all about the intention. Everything's about intention. Magic is all about intention. And this is a magical universe that we live in. And at the moment, our frequency is being fucked about with by people who understand this, right? They understand it more than we do. And that's why this kind of thing fascinates me so much. And the reason I've gelled with Ian so much is because I get what he's saying. When he emailed me when you emailed me first, I instantly knew I had to contact you, and because I'm doing everything on intuition, everything, and that's the way we've all got to be. But we do have to, especially me, I have to force myself to take time to sit and do the intention, because I am busy, too busy, really. I can't believe how much traveling I'm doing in the next couple of months. What am I, crazy? But after 2 years being stuck here, I'm looking forward to it. Are you looking forward to Morocco?
Oh, you more than you could ever imagine. Well, Manchester first, obviously.
I do.
Hello, I'm not calling him the puzzle anymore.
Not calling him a what? Oh, really? I'll call him that for you.
Thank you.
So Sue, my wife, will be coming to Manchester as well, obviously, but also going to Morocco, because she's also a very skilled dowser and healer. So she will be able to help assist me with helping people that are there. But I want to come back to what you just stated. Now, the reason why these affirmations are so useful and empowering is just to keep you safe. But remember, because we are now in this manifestation era, and it's getting more and more powerful, we must be careful with our thoughts and our feelings. Guys, you are going to create everything you think and everything you feel immediately. And now we're getting stronger. It's almost like that in the Matrix. Are you going to take the red pill or the blue pill? And I say to people before as I'm chatting to them, I go, oh shit, I forgot to tell them, do they want to take the blue pill or the red pill when they meet me? Because once I give them all this power and knowledge, then of course it just gets bigger, and there's a bigger responsibility. Yes, that's it. Guys watching, this is a responsibility for you, not for Mark, not for me, for you. So this responsibility is for you. The power that we are now giving you, the knowledge and wisdom that we're sharing with you now is your responsibility. We are giving you tools, initiations to empower you. So you must keep up with these affirmations and being. So follow this advice. If you don't think you're being, take a few deep breaths, do the golden age again, you'll be fine.
Patricia Wood says, I don't understand the affirmation about the changes in the 4 bodies and chakras. Surely you want these bodies to change.
Right. So that's been completely misunderstood. When we are changing, right, it gets very painful. I call them growing pains. So what's happening is the light body, your auric field and your chakras are increasing in their light intensity, which then means your physical body has to catch up. So the atoms within your physical body has to change their vibrational frequency, which is very uncomfortable. Sudden lower back pains, and also where you can't pee, or your digestive system gets screwed up, or you get sudden heart pains or headaches.
I've had all of these in the last couple of months.
Yes. Yeah. And what's happened, if it just happens like that, then we know it's his growing pains. If it's a chronic thing that's been going on, yeah, go and see your GP. But if this just suddenly happens to you, this is because your light body has absorbed all these new frequencies. Your physical body is trying to catch up. So by stating, I choose not to be adversely or negatively infected or affected by the changes in my 4 bodies and my chakra systems, this will reduce your growing pains by 80%. So that's what it's about. It's about becoming empowered. Don't just sit there and go, oh, I used to, right? This only came to me 15 years ago. And I used to go, oh, I'm being worked on. I'm in so much pain and agony. And then one day I got a tap on the head. Oi, choose.
That really is hollow.
It is. So much more to be filled in, you see. So anyway, I then chose not to be. Oh, I said to my guides, why didn't you tell me that 15 years ago?
Yeah, it's all a choice. Everything's a choice.
Exactly. But why didn't they tell me then?
Well, yeah, because life is an initiation ceremony. You have to learn it the hard way, which is why certain message boards have said that you have to show people, you can't tell them. And you have to learn it for yourself. That's what all this sovereignty is all about, just
definitely
feeling the fear and diving in anyway, stepping into the void when you will be caught. The universe will look after you, right? And you've got to get out of the FERA mindset. There's still so many people that I'm seeing coming from a fear-based mindset. And I'm talking about truthers, I'm talking about journalists, I'm talking about influencers. They're still going on about food shortages, gas prices, inflation, the crash, the money, the blah, blah. It's all fear. You just got to ignore it all. And, and I still see people moaning about the price of things, it's like, and I do have empathy for that, but that's why I did my course last year. I'm trying to teach people about abundance. You can make yourself abundant. It's all a mindset. You can manifest anything, but you have to believe it in your gut. So one of the, I don't know if this would help, but somebody asked, where are these affirmations? For the 500th time, I post them every day on my Telegram channel. The link is below the video. If you're not on my Telegram channel, I don't know what to say to you. It's there. Just go there. But I also teach fake it till you make it. So one of the things I'd give as a tip to people is, find them on my Telegram channel, write them down. Now, when you actually use a pen and paper, because this is the matrix, when you actually write something out, you make it real. You make it exist in this realm. So, and then write it down on Post-it notes and stick it on the bathroom mirror, stick it in the bathroom, the bedroom, stick it by the kitchen, wherever you hang out, stick it there and just do it. And do your own affirmations. I mean, if you sign up to my email list, I teach you how to create your own list, and I share some of my own affirmations. And you just keep doing it until you believe it in your guts, because your gut really is your brain. A lot of people don't realize that when the embryo is formed inside the womb, everything on your body, your brain, your arms, your legs, your heart, all grow from the gut. The gut is first. And I think actually the gut is your brain, really, because we've been lied to about what the brain really is, because the brain is a transceiver. It transmits and it receives, and thoughts are things. This is the thing that you all got to understand. Thoughts are real things, and that's what happens. You put the right thought out there, and then we pull that reality towards us. And the more of us that do it, the faster it comes and the better it is. But you have to take care of what you think, which is what I was saying to my mum last week, because she comes out of all these, like programmed lines. One of my favorites is she goes, "They say the weather's going to be bad next week." I say, "Who are they? Who's they?" And she goes, "I don't know." but she's just coming out with this repeat. That's how media is so powerful, right? And if you tell people that TV and newspapers is mind control and they laugh at you, it's because they're under fucking mind control and they don't realize it, right?
That's right.
Because,
I get that. Why can't we help these people? And I say, because they've been brainwashed.
yeah,
You
because
can't help someone that's been brainwashed.
exactly. As soon as you hear a sentence or you read a sentence, if it's negative in any way, you are replicating it. And also the symbols. That's why I try to tell everybody, please go and study symbolism. Go and study symbolism. Go and study the Masonic symbols. I mean, if you look at the Gmail logo, it's exactly the same as a Mason's apron, right?
If you look at Proton, that it used to be a handbag. Proton Mail used that handbag that all of the ancients carry around throughout history. They're carrying this handbag. And I've actually looked inside one of these handbags. Oh my word, it blew me away.
What's inside? Let me guess. Tampons, a vibrator,
makeup, combs,
some breakfast
keys,
cereal the kids put in the morning.
Earbuds,
snotty handkerchief. I've seen inside women's handbags.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So do you actually want to know what's in it or not?
Yeah, go on then.
Okay, so I asked to see inside, because why a handbag? Isn't that crazy? Why has this been so important throughout ancient history that they carve this on granite carvings throughout history? A handbag. So anyway,
That's an Oscar Wilde line.
Handbag. Feed the birds, penny a bag. So anyway, I looked inside this handbag, and I'm not kidding you. I saw what looked like printed computer sheets, hundreds of them. And I was told that each one of these held a universal program of knowledge that could be accessed purely by picking out a sheet, holding it into the atmosphere. You could then manifest beyond your wildest dreams. And that was inside this handbag. And there were so many of these sheets, and they were glowing. They were actually glowing. And they could pull one of these out, knowing which one did something, and create a certain thing. And then they would hold it into the atmosphere, concentrate, and then whatever was on the sheet to help you manifest something. And I'm talking maybe pyramids or carvings or sculptures. That is what could happen, and maybe create portals. I don't know, but it was that extraordinary as I looked inside this bag. So that is what's in the handbag, guys. Now, before I want to share this story.
Is there anywhere people can research that, Ian?
I've personally not seen it.
I've researched that before. I've seen it somewhere before a couple of years ago.
Bags. You can just go on any like Sumerian text, Egyptian texts, hieroglyphs, all over the world. You will see. Just type in ancient handbag, and you'll see these images of these handbags everywhere.
I've just typed in. Oh right, hang on. I'm going to share this because this is really cool. I just typed in Sumerian handbags to Google.
There you go.
Fascist organization that is
that's
satanic. There you go. Look, handbags. WTF, handbags. If you go a bit further down, you'll see a load of these Sumerian gods dancing round one at a disco. Come on, that's funny. Come on. He's not laughing.
Yeah.
Why aren't you laughing at that? That was a good joke. Yeah.
Sorry, I was getting some information from God.
Oh, okay. Sorry to interrupt you, God. But I am a fractal of you, so I'm allowed to.
You are.
The mysterious handbags. The Anunnaki purse. Yeah. Not the curse, the purse.
Well, it could be a curse if it's full of all that stuff you said.
Well, somebody said that was disgusting in the comments. I'm like, this is not disgusting. Don't blame me. That's what's in handbags.
Exactly, especially a female handbag.
Well, is there another kind?
They've got these man bags now, haven't they?
Not for me, mate. I'm a bloke. I'm not having
Right,
that shit.
I must share this because this is a new experience for me this morning, apart from what I've just shared now. But I had a client this morning, and I'm not going to mention any names, obviously, but one of the children was about 4 or 5 years of age, and I gave healing to this young boy. And then I decided to check how old this boy was, because there was something about his face, and I'm thinking, you're extremely highly evolved. Now, I got 2 million lifetimes, how old his spirit is, right? So then I asked how many lifetimes he's had on the planet Earth. I started at 1,000, didn't open. I went to 500, still didn't open. I went to 50, still didn't open. This is his first step on Mother Earth.
Well,
how amazing is that? So he's one of these beings that are now ready through the children to come here. I went all goosebumps, my whole body. So this child, who's 2 million lifetimes in its evolutional process, has chosen to come to Mother Earth to help us. His first footstep on this planet to help us. Wow, it blew me away.
I know. We did that live healing on Saturday. If you didn't watch, don't ask for the link. If you weren't there, if you were there, hello again. That was quite an amazing session because there was a lot of people there that had only ever been on Earth.
Yeah, purebred humans.
Purebred humans, yeah. Which I'm not one of. I'm a mongrel, by the way.
Mongrel.
I'm a crossbreed. Yeah, I'm a crossbreed.
Is that a tail wagging behind you?
I've shagged everything in the last couple of million years. Green people, blue people, light beans, they're great. Not much friction though.
You've got to get the right wattage as well, haven't you?
Yeah. But these beings that are coming in now through the children, I can see. I've seen it in some of the young kids. I find it. I love sitting in the cafe. And when a little kid goes by, 1, 2, 3 years old, they always stare at me and wait for me to do something funny, and then they laugh. And it's the same with the dogs. The dogs go mad for me, and the cats. It's great.
So people that are listening now, right? This is so important. You're going to love this. People want to be a star being, right? It's the ego. Oh, I'm a star being. That's so fucking.
Well, no, it's the same with past lives. Yeah, I was Caesar.
Yeah.
I was.
I was a salad, was I?
Yeah. That's rubbish.
So anyway, right. Do you know what is the most important beings on this planet, guys, that are watching now? It's the purebred humans. So if you've had 10,000 lifetimes on this planet and 10,000 altogether, you are a purebred. Even if you've had 500 on this planet and 500 altogether, you are a purebred human. We have come here to help you evolve because of how important you are. You have so many strands of different DNA in your body. You're royalty. The purebred humans are royalty. We have come here to save you, to save this planet, to empower you, because what you're going to achieve collectively will then ripple through the whole universe with what you are doing. Not us, not Mark, not me, you guys. You're way more important than us. And we know that you've lost your way and that you've been brainwashed, etc. So we've come here to nudge you back onto where you need to be. If nobody else is doing that, then you need to follow somebody else. Whoever you're following, they need to be bringing you back to where you need to be.
Well, this is when I realized, when you look at Dolores Cannon's work, who everybody should watch, go and read Dolores Cannon, because she was a real way seer. And and I realized that I'm a bridge, and it's, you spend your whole life going, what's my purpose? And I spent my whole life going, shit, I'm 45 today. I feel like I've just started. Well, but I don't know what it is that I've done loads of things in my life, but I still feel like I've just begun, because it was like I was waiting for this. And I'm not saying like it's not an ego thing at all. It's just that I know my role now, and that's a wonderful feeling, because I'm a bridge. You know, I'm the idiot that runs in front of the bus just to show everybody else how not to do it. And I love that role because it explains my whole personality, and I finally understand myself. You know, and that's a wonderful thing. And it's a lot to do with our age, right? Because she said, I don't know, what are you, a bridge or a warrior? Because I'm halfway. When you're a bridge, you're halfway between, at my age, you're halfway between warrior and healer. I'm half good healer and half good warrior. Master of all trades. No, master. What's that expression?
Yeah, master of all trades and something of none. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, something like that. Anyway, I know what you mean.
Yeah, no, master of none. Anyway.
Yeah, but yeah, that's it.
There were a few points down here that I wanted to bring up. People that have said. Marina's just said, my grandson, who's 6, said himself that this is his first lifetime on Earth. He's had so much trouble. So much trouble.
Let me just check. I'm just going to check if that's correct. Right, Marina's son, how many lifetimes?
Grandson, Marina's grandson.
Oh, grandson. Any more than one? Yes, correct.
Yeah, well, kids can't lie. They don't lie.
No, they don't.
To lie by society, but the kid, when they're young, they don't.
Yeah.
Deanna says she came for a vacation and got stuck on this planet.
Oh, brilliant. Stop the world. I want to get off.
I'm just looking down this list because there were a couple. There's been quite a few that have flown by. Sorry if it's taking me a minute.
So people that have been watching me with Mark, and I've changed again, and I say this to everybody, because we have to adapt when the dark side tries something new. Then I get to hear of it firsthand, and then I will dissect this beyond anybody's comprehension to make sure that I immediately share this now through Mark to the rest of humanity. Before, it was just a handful of people, 5 or 6 or 10 people at the most. Now that Mark's given me this doorway, this window to bring this new knowledge to you to help keep you safe, it's absolutely amazing. I just can't thank Mark enough. Truly, I can't.
No, we're just doing our job. That's why
I know, but
that's why I started this platform, to find these people, to be able to get this. It all makes sense.
Yeah,
it all makes sense.
I've been waiting for so long.
Yeah, we all have, mate. We all have. Premonition says, "Oh God, there's the phone. It's Dad's taxi time. That's what it is. So they all come at the same time, about 3 o'clock." Premonition said that. Oh, I've got to turn WhatsApp off the computer. Sorry, son, you'll have to wait. Yeah, Premonition says, firstly, that I was Cleopatra. Was I Cleopatra? I don't think I was Cleopatra. My name is Mark Anthony. I can't be both of them, could I? Because they were, they were busy. Yeah,
do you want me to answer that or not?
Just for the crack, yeah, for the crack. No other reason.
Well, is this that person? Is it Mark Anthony? Show me the quality.
No, was I Cleopatra? I don't think so.
What, you personally?
Yeah, that's what she's saying. Or he.
All right. Oh, her. All right. So was she Cleopatra? Truth or not? Yes. No.
Premonition is a person in the comments who says that I was Cleopatra.
Oh, that you, Mark Atwood, was Cleopatra.
Yeah.
Right. Show me the truth. That one. No. Sorry.
No. But my name is Mark Anthony, which is weird because my mum just knew that.
No, I don't get anything from Mark Anthony either.
No, I'm just saying my name is. I didn't say I was Mark Anthony. Now, Premonition is also asking another question that I think you can answer, and they've asked it a couple of times, so I'm going to get him to answer it. And I had John White on earlier. Did you see that, Ian? I don't know if you saw John
Sorry,
White.
no, I haven't had a chance today, no.
No, it was nice to speak to him. I was speaking to him about the cold laser, which is fantastic. It's a fantastic device.
Yeah.
I didn't know he made that until I interviewed him. They're asking, how do I tune the Spooky 2 to the Golden Age 369?
Simple. You need to communicate with the atoms of the unit, not the programs inside.
Yeah.
You need to speak with the atoms of the actual generator X or XM, whatever you have, and ask for that unit to come into harmony with the universe 369, and for anything that passes out of it to also come into harmony with the golden age in 369. So all the programs that are stored within the Spooky 2, 50,000 or so, as they pass through the unit, it will collect the new frequency. And then I always say with my Spooky 2 stuff, I then ask for this program to come into harmony with the person or animal that I'm using it on. So golden age for the unit, and then I ask it to come into harmony with that person as well. And then you get a much more, get a more powerful response and feedback.
Yeah, I'm just looking at some of these comments. I'm just gonna explain again. So when Ian first came on the show, I said, "Have you got a link or whatever because of healing?" And he said, "No, I don't." You know, and I thought, "Oh, he's too busy," and blah blah blah. Lots of people have said, "Can we get a healing?" What I did last week is I said, "Right, Ian, we need to sort this out because there's so many people want to do this." So we did we did an experimental group healing session on Saturday night on Zoom live for the people there. So everybody on that Zoom was going to get a personal healing and clearance from Ian, and also told how many lifetimes they've had on Earth and in general. He managed to get to 33, which was quite a funny number. 33 out of the 50 people that turned up. So 17 people didn't get that. There were also another 150 people that want to do it. And what we're in the process of doing right now is, now we've done that first one, we're going to organize the other 150 people over the next few weeks to do those live sessions with Ian. And once they're done, then we'll relaunch it again, because we're just going to go through the administrative, situation, because I'm traveling as well, so I won't be able to host all of them. Just to explain that to everybody, and those recordings will only be available for the people that actually attended them. They're not for general consumption. Hope that clears all that up. Anything else we need to know, Ian?
I think I was only expecting to be on for about 13 or so minutes, but I love questions, guys. The more you can throw up, I'm in my element. So I think at the moment I don't have anything else to share other than, please everybody, be. And if you find yourself out of being, then just connect back to your beingness, deep breaths, relax, let go, and redo your golden age, then you'll be fine.
Yeah.
If not, then you're just allowing the dark side to start nibbling at you.
Yeah, I've just brought this up because I just typed into Google Images Saturnic symbolism corporate logos. I think it's important, you guys watching this, I have mentioned all this before, but maybe I don't mention it often enough, but you need to understand these logos and their meanings, because once you realize how many corporate logos have Satan built into them, then you'll start understanding. And the reason why you need to understand them is so that you can not give them any power subconsciously or consciously. That's correct. That's the key, because awareness is the thing. That's what the word occult simply means: hidden. That's all it means, right? Hidden. And the reason it's hidden is because the people that understand it and the entities that understand it have to hide it, because as soon as you're aware of it, it loses all its power. And that's the trick here. That's why this is called the Great Awakening, spiritual quarantine. We've all had the time to do the research. I put the line in my poem, "We See You." The virus distracted, but gave us the time to peel back the layers of your heinous crimes. That line was given to me by God, and I can feel him now. And
I cried. I actually cried when I heard that. It was beautiful.
Thank you. Well, it was all channeled directly from the top, and that's what this is all about. We have been given the time to learn these things, to understand how powerful we are. We are the creative beings. We are the manifestors. We've got all of these skills within us. And no, Barb G, that's I See You. That's a different poem. We See You, I See You. They're companion pieces, right? One is about seeing them, and one is about God seeing you. Okay. Go and look on themarkatwoodshow.com, click on poetry. You'll see all the poems there. Go and watch them. And a lot of them are manifesting poems in and of themselves as well. And there's a lot of things distracting us at the moment from the path of the golden age, because they're doing everything they can. And the dark ones are getting into and infiltrating lots of people. Some people who have hundreds of thousands of followers on the internet, some people who don't have any followers, but they're getting into lots of people, because what they do, and correct me if I'm wrong here, Ian, but what the dark does is it it can't read your mind, but it can read your emotions and your energy field and your emotional field. So your state of emotion is the most important thing that you can be doing, that you need to be paying attention to on a daily basis, right? It's all about strengthening that aspect of you, because when it finds that gap, it comes in. And when it comes in, what it does is it amplifies anything negative in you. Like oh God, we've got a load of porn fucking spam. Brilliant. Just got to get rid of that. There you go. That was the dark side, just infiltrate, trying to find a way in. Whenever I talk about stuff like this, it always does this.
Can I just stop you there, Mark? Before I forget, I must share something to absolutely concur with that. And then somebody is sharing something on Telegram, on Facebook, about this young girl in Australia who was abused by her dad. Now the system has sent the child. That's inaccurate. That story does not exist.
Hang on.
It was designed.
I've had an email. I've had an email from them. They want me to interview them, the mother.
Right.
Week.
Listen, what I was shown today was designed to break humanity, to create fear, sadness, depression. That is what I got today. And if you think about it, how powerful that is by everybody sharing that on all the platforms, what's it going to do?
Well, I do share things on my platform that I think are interesting and important, because and some people might criticize it and say it's fear porn. I don't agree, because I'm not in a state of fear, right? So because I'm not in a state of fear, I don't see certain news stories as fear porn. I just think, well, this is interesting. Look what they're doing now. This is interesting. Look what they're doing now. And I am an advocate against child abuse of every kind. That's really my driving force.
More than you can imagine with me. Yes.
So if I get sent something that certainly seemed real to me, because I've got an email from them saying, please share this, and this the mother wants to be ready to be interviewed.
20% accuracy. That's all I'm getting on this story. 20%. I get a feeling that the dark side are piggybacking this, and I mean, I got sad as soon as I saw it. So if you can imagine 10 million people getting sad looking at that, what's it going to do?
Well,
you're going to get crushed.
Isn't the other side of the coin that if we're aware of it, then we can do something to make awareness, to pile pressure on this situation?
I can. We're aware. We have this ability. But most of humanity, who are still full of love and compassion, right? They see that, and then that is going to make them sad. It would make me sad. Certain aspects of it are true, but not much. Well, I'm getting only 20%. So if I wasn't in tune with me now, I would be focusing on this all day, maybe sending love and light and healing to them. Brilliant. But ultimately, it's making me sad. Right? So if you're going to do this, then step back, send love, light and healing. Don't get caught up with the story. That way, you're not going to empower it or empower the rest of the planet that's watching it and being crashed. Right? It's all about crashing your golden age back down to 3D. That's what that will do. But if you step back, send love, light and healing, ask for God through the manifestation to heal that situation, brilliant. But why would somebody air their dirty laundry for the rest of the world to see? Think about it logically as well. So I wouldn't dare dream of sharing that with the rest of the planet. Why would you?
Because you've had your daughter taken away from you, and you want awareness to be made of it, so that people can, do something about it.
To me, it's not resonating. My heart is going into a knot, and when that happens, and I've been like this for 41 years, if my heart goes into a knot, I know that there is something there nefarious.
Okay, well, I'll take it.
Right, this child I saw today, my heart went like that. I'm seeing a child tomorrow on Zoom who's been violently raped. Now I know that I'm going to be able to help and heal that child. I really do, and my heart already is just glowing in that direction. But I'm not going to share it with the rest of the world. That's the family's baggage and experiences. By sharing it, you're diluting what they need, and then you are empowering the depression on the planet. So the best thing is to step back. If you have seen it and you feel it's right, then give it love. Don't get dragged down with, oh, you bastard, and the system, you bastard. How dare you give the child back to its dad who's done all this? You can see where that's escalating. That's creating disharmony within you, which will then create this mirror image within you, which will then weaken your golden age, and the dark side will come in and keep escalating that fear.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, I share things like that with the best of intentions.
I know you do. Your love personified, your love in human form. I know you are.
Try telling my ex-wife that.
I will if you put her on.
Joking. I've spoken to her for 4 years. I'm gonna share my message of indignation to the dark side just for a minute. If that's all right.
Yep.
We see you. The scales have fallen from our eyes. The veil has drifted down from the sky, meandering firmly, finally revealing your depth of depravity. That's fear you're now feeling. We see you. Your demonic bloodlust laid bare to see. The statue of filth on the BBC. The prince and the madam, the crisper spy. The islands of horrors in the ocean lie. We see you. 1 billion souls stolen over the years. You hid them deep down to drown their tears. Perfect and innocent, God's own creations, mutilated by your sick machinations. We see you. Vlad the Impaler and his vile descendants, fleeing the palace from the 5D ascendants. The virus distracted, but gave us the time to peel back the layers of your heinous crimes. We see you. Run, run as fast as you can. Back for more orders from the Phoenician clan. Out of White Rabbit, the looking glass cracked. Tipping point reached, odds against you now stacked. We see you. Pizza and hot dogs, pasta and sauce. Your sickness decoded your lack of remorse. Our slumber is over, our eyes not wide shut. For the children of Haiti, a knife to your gut. We see you. Ascension is powered by the light of the flare. Scramble like rats to the ruins of your lairs. It's over, it's over. Save our children, we cry. Revealed, reviled. It's your soul's time to die. We see you.
Bloody brilliant. Absolutely bloody brilliant.
Yeah, you know, somebody put up the other day they didn't know that that was, they'd seen it and they didn't know it was me, and I was like, oh, okay. It is yeah. So anyway, this was like supposed to be a 15-minute chat. We've just done an hour. As you go on, what are we going to be like? What we're going to be like in the Sahara Desert? Me and you, like blah 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 blah.
Don't. We've got a friend who we adore and love, and everybody and anybody that would listen to him would not want him to stop because his stories are incredible. Now, we've got a secret password that we say to stop him, and that's strawberries. So when he hears that, he knows then he's got to stop talking to allow somebody else to talk.
Oh, we need one for you then.
Pomegranates.
Pomegranates. Oh, geez. Anyway, yeah, I've got to go. Thank you for that update, Ian.
You're most welcome. And I do apologise if I've offended anybody on that other story with the child. My love for children is more than you could ever imagine. And my love goes to that story and that situation, but I do not allow that to bring me down. No way. That's their journey, remember. It's their journey. You have yours. We need you in your golden age, please. My love to you all, big time.
You big soppy bastard.
I know.
All right. Thanks, guys. Go and forward. I mean, this show is all about bringing all this stuff in. I'm not right about everything. You know, I'm not a guru. Don't follow me. You know, just come here, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Same as usual. And do your own research. But do the work. You've got to do the work.
We need you.
We need you. We need you.
Yes.
Oh, that might be the next poem, actually. Mind you, if you're getting fed up, I'm doing the same sort of poem. Anyway, there's a lot of variety to my work, to be honest. There's some of it's silly, some of it's very serious. Anyway, we love you all and love you, Ian, and I'll see you soon. Well, yeah, we'll see you. Well, will I? When will I see you? Well, I'll see you soon. Take it easy. Take it easy. Have a lovely day, everybody. We got this.